As longtime followers of my channel might remember, a while ago I was converted to the wonderful world of feminism, and today we have a special guest here to give me my very first lesson in advanced feminist theory from an intersectional feminist perspective using intersectionality through social intersects, intersectionally of course. It is my honor to introduce the world's leading feminist researcher, Stupid Statistician. He will help save me and every other woman from the horribly oppressive pink tax.
Thanks, Peach, for that fabulous introduction. I find it to be my duty as a male feminist ally to help all the helplessly clueless women that need to stop buying more expensive versions of the same exact product. So I'm going to give little Peachy here her first economics lesson from a feminist perspective.
The women's tax. For whatever reason, women often pay more than men, even when they're buying a similar product.
In 1995, California actually did a study and put the figure at $1,351 a year. So we put it to the test. What do you think of my new haircut?
Sick! How much?
According to Square, men pay on average $28 for a haircut.
Women on average pay $44.
So at this point, you can see the haircut is done.
So for long-term care, women pay an average of 13% more. Insurance companies claim it's because women live longer.
Well, smokers pay more too.
Yeah, but people choose to smoke. I didn't choose to be a woman.
First of all,
I didn't choose to be a woman.
is extremely transphobic, and I find it highly offensive as a double trans male. But besides that bigotry, you make a fantastic point. Even though the insurance companies do not give two shits about you being a woman or not, and they only care about their bottom line, they should give women special treatment at the expense of men in the name of feminist equality. But we shouldn't just stop there. Men spend on average 50% more at restaurants, and they claim that men eat more, but this is no excuse for gender discrimination. The fact that restaurants charge people according to how much they use their service and not according to their gender is absolutely ridiculous.
Most women love to shop, but did you know that female shoppers get charged more at the register than men? New York City's Department of Consumer Affairs recently did a study that revealed across all the industries that were surveyed, women paid more 42% of the time for identical or similar products than those marketed to men.
No way.
Shampoo and conditioner, a whopping 48% more.
Oh my God, no way.
We looked at products that women would buy from the youngest age all the way up to seniors. And what this can mean for women over the course of an average lifetime is literally thousands of dollars that women are paying for these products more than men.
As a woman, you know, we're used to that stuff. Like, honestly, at this point, it's like, what can you do already?
Absolutely nothing.
Like, honestly, at this point, it's like, what can you do already?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all.
It's like, what can you do already?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Wow. Whoa, Lord. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
One might first conclude from this analysis that women are helpless victims to this patriarchal oppression and can do absolutely nothing about it. But the problem is so obvious if you just stop and think about it. If women do indeed pay more for the exact same product, then they just must suck at shopping compared to men.
That's crazy talk!
It's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
And that is why I've started the class, Shopping 101, the Feminist Guide to Economics. In this class, I'll teach my fellow feminists, who are helplessly clueless women, that if two things are indeed the same exact product, you should probably buy the cheaper one because it will save you money. Here's a few practice problems. Which number is bigger, 10 or 8? 10 is bigger than 8. And now we would go to step 2 of this equation. How much money would we save if we chose the $8 product instead of the $10 product? And to solve this equation, we would take 10 and subtract 8 to get our solution of $2. And by my statistical calculations, that if every feminist in the world followed these 2 highly complicated steps, that we would totally eliminate the pink tax. Which is why I came up with the brilliant idea of forcing gender studies departments across this nation to make my economics class a requirement, where they would first have to admit their natural, biological shopping inadequacy. Then they would have to have me, a white man, in not a condescending way at all, teach them addition and subtraction.
That idea may just be crazy enough to get us all killed!
But these questions are just theoretical. It's about time we put this lesson to use for real-life examples.
Narciso Rodriguez for him, $87.
Narciso Rodriguez for her, $106.60.
Does yours smell better?
I don't know.
Now, Peach, $106.60 is more than $87. So which one should you buy?
The pink one.
I'm sorry, but that is incorrect. That is your internalized misogynistic woman brain at work. Let's try another example.
Razors.
The Schick Hydro 5, $8.56.
Schick Hydro Silk, $9.97.
Whoa, that's more.
Seriously?
I didn't make the prices.
Alright, which razor should you buy?
Well, the silk one has moisturizer and a more flexible head for shaving my legs, so I'm gonna go with the women's one.
Nope, that is incorrect again.
Damn!
You fell for the patriarchal trap. That is, that they're actually similar products and not identical.
I'm so bad at this.
Alright, last one.
We looked it up. Same ingredients and everything. The men's product, $10.35 an ounce.
The women's product, $11.42. Huh.
Well, the men's is cheaper, so that means I should buy that one and save. Hang on, let me just do my... $1.07.
Now you're getting it. Now, if you ever get confused while shopping at a store, just think of this next woman. She's a feminist icon when it comes to bargain hunting.
My name's Desiree, and I'm addicted to couponing. I wish I had a coupon for everything in the world. I spent absolutely nothing for every product in here. Absolutely. The retail cost of all of these razors is close to $4,000, and I paid absolutely nothing for them. Absolutely nothing. I will never run out of deodorant and shampoo and body wash. I'm never gonna stink.
For Desiree to put together deals for free products, she needs to collect massive amounts of coupons. And there is one place in her town that has a never-ending supply.
All right, so I'm gonna step inside the dumpster and see what I can find. OMG. I'm never gonna stink.
These are not concerns that are indigenous only to New York City, because many of the products we sampled were national chains. These are issues of national concern.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
We sent letters to the CEOs of every manufacturer and retailer of the 800 products that we sampled to urge them to change this practice.
Did they respond?
No, they have not.
Those bastards.